Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wine Down One. I'm your host, Eric, and this morning we are out for a brisk run on the Fredericton Trail System.
The grapes are fantastic, I believe. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what the quality is like. And I'm John Lujan. So I work at the at Chateau Timberlay in Bordeaux. I'm the lucky one. It's actually on the bottom. This is the bottle here, and I don't know if you can see that, but it says since 1366. I mean, this is taking it back a lot of years. 1366. The name Chateau Timberlay. I mean, everybody says to me, "Hey, that's not an English. That's an English-sounding name." This place is actually the family home. I've got a picture here to show you. Look, Eric.
Oh yeah.
Place you got on the label. Actually, place.
It's a real place.
That's right. The export market. That's how we started exporting it out to the aristocracy, to the royal family in the UK. That's why Bordeaux managed to be so well known. It could have been another region. It happened to be Bordeaux because it had this connection with the royal family. The reason for the name, the Timberlay, is that it's got a garden with lots and lots of trees around the outside of this estate. And we had really heavy winds coming off the Atlantic Sea, and these would push over the trees, and it would lay the timbers. It would knock down the trees, and that's why it was called Timberlay. The English would say, "Hey, that's where you get Timberlay."
Bordeaux's blends?
Yeah, the majority of them are blends. I mean, they were made for food. They're food wines. That's why they were blends, because our majority of the grape variety for us is the Merlot, pretty much 70% every year. But that will depend, because if the Cabernet Sauvignon is ripe, then we'll add a bit more of that. That's why, the blend is so important. Here you've got aromas which are pretty elegant, which are looking for elegance, softness and fineness. It's pretty fine, but they're not huge one aroma wines. Yeah. It's a blend. If you look at the reflection on that, I mean that cherry red, I don't know whether you can see that here. Yep. Really bright cherry red reflection. It's a really appealing colour. Bright, nice and clear. You've got nothing, no fingers in there, nothing floating, it can happen, but you've got nothing in there. Aromas, now, it's changed a little bit. I mean, in the past couple of years, 5 years ago, everybody was looking for wood, those oakiness. We don't want that. We don't want to have, the aromas we have are not just oak. It's not just wood. Mm-hmm. What we want to do is bring out the fruit. The aromas you've got, it's an elegant vanilla, almost sweet type of vanilla, but it's not woodiness. We don't have the oak, we don't have that wood. Cherries, very much the ripe fruit, sweet fruit, a lot sweeter than a lot of people think from Bordeaux. And in the mouth, again, a big surprise, because you don't have that harsh tannin. What we're looking for is trying to bring out something which is a fruit, softness. I've got a soft, really sweet mouth. There's the chewiness. You've got the aromas coming back through, the cherry, the blackcurrant. I think we're producing something which is really easy drinking, a pleasure. And pretty much the idea is to be able to match it with food. That's why it's a blend. With a wine like this, where you've got the softness, you don't have a huge amount of acidity, you don't have a huge amount of tannin. It could be with a whole range of foods. It'll match with white meats, so your chicken, the chicken with a sauce, so it takes it up. It'll even do fish. So I've just had the Atlantic, your salmon fish cakes. I mean, coming down here, I want to eat local. I want to see what this food is like. That went it's fantastic. It went well with that. Why? Because it's not overly tannic. You've got a softness, but you've got a length, so it stands up. It holds up against the use. We're going against insecticide. We go against herbicide. We don't want this. We don't want insecticide. We don't want herbicide. So we've got to find a way of bringing the best out of the wine, bringing the best out of the vineyard without using any chemical products. So the flowers here, what they do is they attract the right insects, which will then feed on the insects which are a pest to the vineyard. So it's called the flowers that give the organic matter, but it also helps us as an insecticide. It's quite unusual, but we've got grass growing by our vineyard because we don't want to use herbicide. We don't want to put chemicals into the ground, so we let the grass grow. That puts the vine in competition with the grass. It means that the vines will go down further. And the vines here in our land and in our soil have about 8 meters worth of root structure. Wow. So 8 meters takes it down, gets the best nutrients. We've got a step further, because actually now we've got an official beehive, which we put on the edge of the vineyards. And the idea here is to bring in, we bring in the bees, and the bees are pollinating here the flowers we have here. So we're making sure that you've got the whole section from the pollination of the flowers to the insects to the protection of the vine.
Cool.
So the name Timberlay, they've got the grape variety, that's enough for them. But we are trying to communicate that by putting on the fact that it's the official line. It's being checked. It's got an official body coming out saying, hey, your product is certified ecological.